Hi friends, my name is Sunique. Welcome to my channel. I'm looking today at Deborah Blake and Elizabeth Elver's Everyday Witch, and I've just recently bought the latest oracle from these creators, which is the Witch's Familiar's oracle. Now, this tarot deck came out in I think 2017, and then a couple of years later it was followed by the oracle. And now we've just got this Familiar's oracle. So I thought it'd be really great fun to actually look at them all together. Have a little play. So let's have a little look back at the Everyday Witch Tarot. First of all, for those of you who aren't familiar with this deck, it's a charming deck. It's a Llewellyn deck. It is a magnetic box, one of these big boxes. Brilliant guidebook. If you are new to tarot, I highly recommend this guidebook here. It's so beginner friendly. And so we've got the cards in the cutout box, and this is the inside. So this is quite a Harry Potter type deck. The last card that I drew. Brilliant. I mean, for the death card, we've got two doors there. Which one are we going to choose? And we've got a light coming through this. It's just an interesting deck, I think, and it's full of these cats. So this is the back. Favourable fortunes for curious witches, which I think is quite funny. But yeah, it's an adorable, it really is an adorable deck. So these are the backs of the cards. And again, we've got the cat, the broomstick and the witch's hat, which is adorable. And I presume if you've been working with tarot for any length of time, you will know this deck. Now, when I first got this deck, I didn't really jive with it, to be honest. I thought, oh, it's very Harry Potter, it's very cute and cutesy, and you know, got a witch here like choosing a potion. I don't know, it just didn't resonate with me at all, and I put it away for a long time. A long time. And I would say 2017, so I've had this deck a long time, and it's, oh, upside down. It's stood the test of time. Oh, the way this cat's knocked this cake off the stand and just eating it. And this card freaked me out. This devil card still does. It's, to me, the paedophile card. I can't help it. That's what I see is a paedophile. And it really, I don't like it. And it put me off the deck for a long time. And I don't know, I just couldn't really use it. Anyway. However, the guidebook, when I came back to it, let's backtrack. How I came back to it was actually through the oracle. I did get the oracle. This was out about 2 years later, and this oracle is superb. I featured it in my full moon in Capricorn video. It's a great reader, this one. Love this one. So these are the backs. And as you can see, we're sort of keeping the theme here. Great guidebook. Where these, it's quite big actually if you look at the difference between the tarot and the oracle. Yeah, it's the guidebooks. The guidebooks are just phenomenal. Even if this isn't really your preferred aesthetic. The guidebook gives so much. I would recommend these decks for anyone that is just starting out on their tarot journey, because I think they're a great stepping stone in. I mean, see this, it's all Peter Pan, and I don't know, it's very youthful, which isn't obviously who I am. Yeah, that phase sort of passed a while ago, but try and get this light right. But, I mean, I can appreciate it. It's a fantasy world. It's an absolute fantasy world. So if fantasy worlds are your thing, you will love this deck. Or all of these decks. So why have I bought the Witch's Familiar Oracle for the guidebook? curious. So I thought, let's open it together. Let's have a little look at it together and see what we get in that one. And then I'll combine some cards and see how we go. So I'm just going to open this one. Okay, so we've got the cat again. Cat features on all of them. A spell book. It's pretty actually, isn't it? All these sort of accoutrements we associate with witchcraft. Okay, so on the back, meet your magical menagerie. Whether they're delivering wisdom from the gods or lending a paw, wing or hoof to magical activities, familiars bring you inspiration and joy. Through this oracle you can connect with them like never before. Okay, so we have 40 familiars, domestic, wild and fantastic. Each have unique and empowering messages for you. These amazing creatures, grouped by the 5 elements, carry powerful guidance for your divination practice and daily life. Shuffle the cards, draw your companion, enjoy all the gifts these animals have to offer. So this is going similar to how the Everyday Witch Oracle is set up, because this one is also set up into the elements. I'll show you what I mean. So we actually haven't got those in order in the deck, but anyway. So we have Earth, and then we have 10 cards that align to the Earth elements. Then we have Air, another 10, Fire, another 10, and Water, another 10. So just the same, it's set up elementally. So they've kept that theme. So let's take the lid off and have a look. Oh, this is the inside. Pretty. Here we have a guidebook. It says animal companions can fulfill many roles: protector, teacher, muse, confidant, motivator. Whatever role fits best. These creatures are ready to provide guidance and inspiration every day. Deborah Blake introduces you to each familiar, revealing their personality, how they help your divination practice, and what messages they may be giving you. Organised by the 5 elements, earth, air, fire, water, and we've got spirit as well in this deck. These creatures enhance your grounding efforts, communication skills, magical activities, and more. Deborah also shares sample spreads and animal-related folklore from around the world. This guidebook teaches you which familiars are perfect for you. Again, another Llewellyn deck. They're all Llewellyn decks. Inside of the bottom of the box. Take the wrapping off. That over there. And we'll just go through the deck together. So it says Earth. And we have dog. So you've got me already. If you know anything about me, I love dogs. And yeah, Kai is my dog. Kaibo, handsome dog. Anyway, this actually reminds me of my first husband's dog. Beautiful dog. Anyway, we have a herb book, cheese plant, and was sat by a fire with a kettle over the hearth. So yeah, very twee images, if you like, or romanticised images. So we have wolf here and some wolf pups playing. Wild ones howling at the moon. We have horse energy. Bear, which is another totem animal that I align with. They're really pretty, aren't they? A rabbit. The standing stones. A snake. Wow, guarding the crystals. Stag. Stag is still coming to me if you've watched a few of my latest videos. Yeah. Stag keeps coming up. Monkey. What's monkey business? The raccoon. See the romanticised elements to these cards. A raccoon building a stone circle. And they're onto air. So bird energy, one would think. We have hummingbird, beautiful, I love hummingbirds. A bat. Raven. Look at this. Northern Lights. Owl. Eyeing up that little mouse there. Honeybee. I'm just laughing because my last video was all about the honeybee and the honeymoon and the full moon in Capricorn. Monarch butterfly. Dragonfly. Oh, beautiful. I love dragonflies. Where they skim over the water. Spider. Oh, that's cool. I love this association here. That is really good. Yes. We have some lovebirds. Hot in the window. And of course we have a cat, which is the fire element, which is the front of the box. Yeah, it's the image of the front of the box. Book of Shadows. The lion. Okay, we've got the cubs. The cheetah. A rooster in all its glory. Singing in the day. A firefly. Pretty. Chameleon. Wild boar. Hawk. Red fox. And then we're into water and we have dolphin. Sea turtle. Frog. Goddess. Koi. Penguin. Heron. Not a fisherman's friend. Octopus. Otter. Beaver. Dragon for spirit. Unicorn. Phoenix. Sphinx. So we just have 4 spirit cards. Maybe one for each element, I don't know. Okay, so those are the cards. Let's just have a look at the size. So the size compared to the Everyday Witch Oracle is the same, and these are the backs. So you can compare the backs of each of these. So there's the tarot. There's the Oracle, and there's the Familiars. So here you can see you've got all the elements there as well around in the centre. That's lovely. Okay. I mean, it is a very pretty aesthetic. It really is. Very appealing. So let's play. Let's have a little play. Okay, I haven't looked at the guidebook actually. Let's look at the guidebook. If it's as good as the others, I'll be well pleased, and I can't see why it wouldn't be as good. So we have about the author, the artist, and we have how to use the deck, about the cards, about the familiars, guides and protectors, and some sample spreads, and then onto the cards. Okay, so this is how they've sectioned it out. So we're into the elements and the page numbers, so you can actually find them in the guidebook really easily. There's the introduction, how to use it, about the cards, Look at this. Dragon, mystical power, unicorn, purity and innocence, phoenix, rebirth, reincarnation, reinvention, sphinx, seeking answers. Okay. Sample spreads. 1 card, 2 card, 3 card, 4 card. This is an element spread, so separate the deck into the 4 stacks with all the cards from each element kept together, but not the spirit cards. Shuffle each pile, pull 1 from earth, 1 from air, and so on. Look at the 4 cards together and see if there's any message they might have for you. Okay. So this is as much information we get on each card. We get a full colour image on 1 page, and then we get the about the animal, the divination and the message. And they're colour coded throughout. Yeah. And then the conclusion. And that's the guidebook. Yeah. So what we don't have is any keywords on the cards themselves, whereas on the oracle we do. So that's a difference as well. So we could have, say, gratitude and thanks, but we haven't got one on this deck here. Okay, so let's play. And what should we do? I'm going to take 1 from the tarot and 1 from each of the oracle decks and see how they read together. Ready? Oh, okay, so I know these are already shuffled. Just give them a quick shuffle. So for our tarot card, we're going to have the High Priestess. That's quite interesting because we're divining at the moment, aren't we? So the High Priestess is a great card to go with. So what question can we ask of the High Priestess? So in the guidebook we get a section called Things to Consider. The High Priestess represents deep wisdom. Sometimes that wisdom comes from outside of us and sometimes from within. The questions: what are you seeking, and what questions do you need answers, and what can you do to find them? So I think we'll use those as the spread, actually. Let's use the familiars deck then and find out what we're seeking, what questions we want answered from the High Priestess. Although she doesn't like to impart secrets, that's all what the High Priestess is about, really, isn't it? What we're seeking. What do we want answers to? What we're seeking. What do we want answers? What are we seeking? Okay, we are seeking. Oh, we've got dog. Got the very first card, and I did shuffle them. Go with flow. So as I said, it has keywords on this deck here, and the keywords are go with the flow. So if we look at this elementally, actually we have earth, water and water. So quite a lot of water element going on here. Okay, for some reason my video cut off, so I don't know where I got to, I don't know what I was saying, so I'm just going to start again with this spread. So I pulled the High Priestess first, and this was the crux of the question. And looking in the guidebook for this, we have some questions we can ask. So the questions I was asking is, what are you seeking? What questions do you need answered? Which I got the dog. And then the second question, what can you do to find them? And then I got go with the flow. Okay, so that's the Witch's Familiar deck. This is the Everyday Witch Oracle, and this is the Everyday Witch Tarot. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is we're asking the High Priestess these questions. What are you seeking? What questions do you need answered? And this is something that the High Priestess would ask, isn't it? You know, if we're doing a tarot reading, if we're incorporating High Priest energy into our own practice, those might be the sort of questions we'd ask our querent. But now the High Priestess is actually asking us those questions. And they have the answers. They have the answers in the cards. They can divine through a crystal ball. They can divine through the rune casting here. They have the knowledge behind them with all these books. But they've also got the veils here in the background. And the pillars, which are 2 candles in this case. So it is a beautiful image. So the High Priestess is asking us what questions we want answered. What are we seeking? Well, maybe we're seeking to be this energy here. Maybe this is the energy that is most important to us if we are tarot readers or diviners of any sort. We want to be able to speak to the High Priestess, and we want to be able to call up the inner priestess, yes, within us. Absolutely, I think. So I think that's the question, actually. So what's the answer? Well, both of these cards look very, very relaxing to me. So I would say, initially, relax. I think the High Priestess says, if you want to find answers, don't rush in. Relax into your inner knowing. Maybe meditate. But just find that sweet spot. And the answers will come. So we have Earth and a dog here. And this dog is very relaxed. But the High Priestess says that the answers are within and without. So although the dog is nice and relaxed in front of the fire in a nice comfy atmosphere here, the cheese plants and the herb books, and it looks really, really at home, as dogs do. They've also got their eyes open and they're looking at you with such trust and with such loyalty. So they're ready to do what it is you want them to do. And so are our tools. If we connect in with them with sincerity and in an open-hearted way, and let those answers come to us. And I think this is echoed with this go with the flow as well. You know, just find this sweet spot where the answers will come. And the cats here as well, they're very intuitive animals, aren't they? And so that helps with that energy as well, tapping into our intuition here. And just seeing what comes. Not trying to analyse it or make it fit, but just letting those answers come to us in their own time, in their own way. And I think that is the message of the High Priestess. So, yeah, that's my little reading with all 3 decks. I hope you enjoyed this video and this sample reading. Until my next video, thank you so much for being here, friends. Bye now. Bye.